It's the first of 2 meetings over a 3-week stretch. Washington looks to make it 3 in a row for Philly after the Eagles won the previous 6 meetings. It's NFC East football, and it's next.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Washington football team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. At the goal line. Tackled just shy of the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Leading him out in his 10th NFL season now from Texas, Ryan Tannehill.
No excitement on the defensive team this week in his number. The only excitement he really generated was the option he threw.
And no touch.
The team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom win.
5 now as they come 1st and 10. Tannehill. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Tannehill down to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Oh, he stays up. And now he lost the Tannehill loses. Offense to keep the football on 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, same possession. But 2, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little break.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take a 7 quarterback in his 10th NFL season. That's Russell Wilson. The former Gamecock, Nick Davis. He slips up past the 45, being tackled.
Best to describe right down broad run.
Running, I see a lot of between the today.
Well, he's in far here. He's a crease. A solid game.
A big hitter to start midfield in 10. Here's Will. The ball comes into 10. How did they do? After the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be back. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington. As we into the season, haven't had the season that they had hoped to play. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. Bears are going to take over here up near the 40.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 30 line. Here for J.D. McKinney. And able to get this one all about the 46-yard. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here to throw is Wilson. The pressure is the Washington pass roll. Tony in there to drop him and go back of his young NFL. Congratulations, young man. On third down, Wilson. Room to run past midfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the third. On 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Wilson. Got it over C.J. Uzomah. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Like stands nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Down carry for and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20 points, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
No, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring down. The kick by Lambeau is good. And the Eagles 3-0 lead. So their leads to points as they add 3 there. They
force the interception, put together a little drive. Boy with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
This fielded right at the line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Here comes Ryan leading his offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception. They had the ball.
Yeah, and you know that are the best ones, team. They tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. Yards rushing for him. Got the afternoon off to a great start. Christian McCaffrey. Complete package. He's got the pins, the agility, and he certainly also has the speed as evidenced there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And this is intercepted, out of bounds. So very close to a turn in the end zone. McCaffrey running right, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. I think that's Mack who's still down. It is. Mack apparently shaken up there. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. McPherson's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to cadences and put some big points on the
goals. All we've had so far, 3-3 now. Kick is away, taking it about the 1. And they're on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Already at the line, the offense set to go. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out. Now that was an excellent run. If that happened, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back and pick up the first down. But sometimes you still want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Philly.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. Catch is just going to add to it. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. And Lambo, the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19 touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with a 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just individuals. He's got to stretch a little bit to get there. That might be what they're talking about during the practice sessions in their meetings. Hey, we can still get this done. Let's go ahead and feed him the ball.
And the offensive line, I'm sure they're well aware of where he stands as well.
They are. Them, it would be an even better accomplishment to get there now because it seems like a little bit of a reach.
On first down, that's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Here's Tannehill. And hauled in here by Richard Rodgers. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Off play action, Tannehill. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now it's Tannehill. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. That'll make it third down. To the air again, Tannehill. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Aaron Donald, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. 10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. And Washington with a football begin quarter two. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll icy winner air. And this one hits at the one, continues on the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And he stopped right at 25 after a gain of 5.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone out of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a gain.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. He is going to have an Eagles first down, able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right in this game. The alleys have been for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll run on first down. Davis, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's McKissick. Oh, good move. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, a give to Davis. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw Wilson. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he is out of bounds in 30. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And seeing no out, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10, it's Wilson again. Open man is Uzomah. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Davis, he'll try to run for it. Shoves him away. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Brusser. A throw to the flat here from McKissick. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Finding valve here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he could make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
So a long drive gets him tied to 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the throw. It was a smart move.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on 1st down. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. At 9-21. This is McCaffrey on the give. They follow up the 1st down with minimal gain of 2. Rush 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They can use a conversion. 3rd and 7. Tannehill. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Not much going on. It looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll run with McKissick. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just here. They got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They ground. This time it's Davis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look to see if it all comes together.
So not successful there on the challenge. And be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. With them losing here in the 2nd quarter and his limited pro so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not 4 verts? One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. On 3rd down, Tannehill. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. It's finding its legs now. Here's another 1st step. And he stopped immediately there. On the stop was Aaron Donald. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be along. have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's Tannehill. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. It's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. From the stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll go underneath through this one to McKissick. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a before halftime. Now Wilson on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw again is Wilson. And that is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. There's Wilson. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now, Wilson. 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the lead stretches 16-3 now. So he's been a busy man here in this 1st half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Turn it, Alvin Kamara. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out there, Sutton's next drive, the Washington offense. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they get set to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where the 49ers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we wrap up Week 15 with the Vikings and Bears from Soldier Field, one in the NFC North. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that 1st half for Washington. And they will need to get this passing game in because they did not do much of anything in that 1st half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Fine work as always. Welcome you, quarter number 3. This one, 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out come the Eagles now on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. Now he'll escape to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of it, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Got the connection here to Bourne. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. This team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzomah. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Now how about this throw right here? To the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the foot.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Javon Kinlaw in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of age. Another try after the first down. Wilson, and the mark behind him, incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long on 3rd down. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The kick by Lambeau is good. That will swell the lead to 16. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see them on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
It's running game going with McCaffrey. Shedding through the defense. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And then he goes with a juke. 117 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Well, Christian McCaffrey is as tough to bring down as they come at the running back, and he proved it right there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. On that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down. 3 yards on that last kick. 2nd and 7. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Tannehill now to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will cut the lead down to 13. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
A little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their... And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal. 3 points out of, they've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. This gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And Diggs has it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that if you miss might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So sometimes you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Oh, Diggs, what a catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Here's a give to Davis, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, it's Davis. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Play 11 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Wilson. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 24, Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Javon Kinlaw has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. They got to get to the 23 here on third. From the shotgun, Wilson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jabari Zuniga in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. One will there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw into the hands of Reynolds here. Now we've got whistles here before this is going to be on Washington. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. Fights through and now a crease. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On the ground with a tight end. He's not going to get there. Going to be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about 9.
Let's go old corner punt. Someone on that has it.
Seems like better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with who place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Down on what's going to turn out third quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's Wilson. And complete to Lewis over the middle. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll make it 2nd down. I think you'd have to say these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
About them holding them under 20 points, right? Offense, and they've done that. Problem is their own offense hasn't answered, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20. And normally football, you've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, that they passed it with Sonny.
Yeah, I think you brought up system right in this stage of the game. You would think you would switch to a running. You're exactly right. Throwing it so well throughout the game and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
On 2nd down now, it's Davis. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out the 3-yard line.
That's how you flip field position. Bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. On second, it's Tannehill. Caught out left side by Robinson. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. They're looking at third and a few inches. Oh, it's Tannehill. This pass complete to Reynolds. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 141 yards rushing for him now as he has been all day long. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Not much there, only a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 40s. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 6 on to bring up second down. Again, Tannehill. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. Tannehill on first down. Toward the left side. It's incomplete. Complete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. Able to shake him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guy on the right to rush the passer. They put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. Gonna let one fly. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So they really needed points or game could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right. Really hoping for a turnover. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. Aaron it out for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And maybe the turning point they need. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Another drive cut Washington offense. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with tackle, but it slowed his momentum. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now Tannehill. It's way downfield. Oh, there as this is knocked away and incomplete. Washington on 3rd. 20% success rate at 2 of 10. And that is intercepted. Or was it? What does say no? No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And quickly into the Hamilton. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Tannehill throwing again. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.